latest CD.
Yeah.
Let's have a talk about that. Last thing on my mind, 14 tracks, 12 originals.
Yep. Yep.
Wow. When did the project start? How long have you been working on this for?
Yeah, there's a long answer and a short answer. The long answer is ever since the last CD was finished.
Which is? How long
I did that one in 2010.
Yeah. Which?
Well, we recorded it in, like November or something, 2009, and it was,
While we're talking about that one, Song of the Year too.
Yeah.
Ain't no good off that one.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
For a debut CD, not bad,
It was
eh?
pretty cool, and there was some Lloyd Spiegel had a CD out, and I forget who else. I think Atcho had one, and so it was all right to get that.
So you're in some good company.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Gee whiz.
And it was nice too, because that song "Ain't No Good" is, it's really stripped back. It's just a really simple one chord little thing. Just it's a really pared back tune.
Yeah.
Deliberately try and write tunes sometimes that are just really simple lyric and a simple. So it's all about the feel and just an acoustic guitar and a harmonica and some footsteps on that.
Well,
so,
about
getting the gong for that was pretty lovely. Yeah.
Talking about stripped back, like you say, it's what it comes down to. One of my favourite bluesmen is Eric Bibb.
Oh yeah.
And he just makes it sound and look so simple and so much feel.
Oh yeah.
Yet so little.
Yeah, I want to be Eric Bibb when I grow up, man. He blows me away. I just absolutely love him.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's good. But it's not about him. It's about you tonight. His latest CD, second CD. Last thing on my mind. All right. Now, we were talking about the style off air. How do you describe this CD to people?
Yeah, I'd say it's a stripped back acoustic thing at its core, but it's got some lovely, powerful layers on there, some big double bass and some full drum kit over some of that as well. And it comes from a place of being an acoustic blues player, but also being an acoustic blues singer-songwriter.
Yeah.
Because there's only out of those 14 tracks, there's 2 12-bar blues. And there's a couple like the one we just heard. It's that kind of swampy one chord blues vibe, but there's stuff on there that isn't straight ahead, but I think for me connects with some of the singer-songwriter blues artists I love. I mean, you talked about Eric Bibb.
Yeah.
If people listen to Eric Bibb CDs, I mean, that man's a singer-songwriter.
Absolutely.
And he draws on folk and he draws on all sorts of stuff.
He's actually just done a world music album.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so he, like you say, he draws on all those things.
Yeah.
But
he's also, when he does it, it just sounds so bluesy. So hopefully I'm kind of trying to do that as well.
Now, what about the people you assembled for this project?
Yeah, well, the way this came about, I went into the studio with someone I work with called Heather Stewart, who's a superb fiddle player and vocalist, and Heather does a whole bunch of stuff. And she's really into old-time music, including the blues. So she put a CD out, or is about to put a CD out that's blues and old-time, a bit of Cajun and this and that. So she recorded it at this studio in Coburg. A guy by the name of Pickle Henning.
That's a good blues name.
Yeah. So Pickle Henning is ex-Peter Madre brothers, and he's a muso, but he's obviously into his engineering. Anyway, we just had a great week recording with Heather in Pickle's studio in his bungalow out the back of his house in Coburg, and I was all primed and ready to record a CD and wasn't quite sure how I was going to do it, and I just went, I'm just going to go with Pickle, just love being in his studio. So, and this is all leading towards how we're doing the CD launch. So Heather used me on guitar and harmonica, and she used the wonderful double bass player Lee Barker and the incredible drummer Danny McKenna.
Okay.
And on my CD, I went to the same studio, used the same drummer and the same bass player. Those guys recorded with me on my previous CD, and I did gigs with Lee when I did trumpet stuff. So it was sort of natural for me to use those guys. But we basically recorded 2 CDs back to back with the same rhythm sections. So we're going to do the launch at the Spotted Mallard
Right.
in Sydney Road on the 19th of October, folks.
Fantastic.
And it's going to be a double thing with Heather's CD and my CD.
Now, there's a great idea, using the same band.
That's it, using the same band. Heather plays a couple of fiddle tracks on
She
my
does.
CD. And,
Yeah.
so, you know, we'll just all get up on stage together and do our thing. It's going to be a lot of fun.
It's another thing you don't hear a lot on, you know, on blues. You know, the fiddle, like, yeah.
Well,
It works well. I mean,
and everyone knows the tune "Sitting on Top of the World." And
Yeah.
that was a Mississippi Cheek song, which is a guitar and fiddle duo.
yeah, it works well. So, you've got a little uke in.
I've got my little
You've got your uke. What are you going to do now?
Yeah, well, this kind of happened. I ended up with ukulele on the album because I bought this beautiful uke, and yeah, it just sort of lent itself to this song in particular. So this is off the CD. It's called "Float My Boat," and it goes something like this. What would I do? What would I do without you to float my boat? What would I do? What would I do? What would I do without you to float my boat? I say tide goes in and tide goes out. Float my boat. Tide goes in and tide goes out. I'm all at sea. Why would I be? Where would I be? Where would I be without you to float my boat? I said tide goes in and tide goes out. Float my boat. Tide goes in and tide goes out. I'm more at sea. Why would I be? Where would I be? Where would I be without you? Without you? Without you to float my boat?